Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl, and thank you so much for watching tonight's telecast. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to present to you WrestleMania Prediction Show. It's the WrestleMania Prediction Show, and it is all for you here tonight. Tonight on this mothership, we are getting closer and closer to WrestleMania, and that will happen this Saturday night, this Sunday night. It's the biggest extravaganza of all time. WWE World has opened their doors. The WWE and the fans are starting to take over Las Vegas, so there's only one thing to do. It's time to sit back and enjoy the WrestleMania ride. It's WrestleMania weekend. It's here. It's now. It's time for the predictions. It's time for the wrestling experience. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe today. I greatly appreciate it. And it's time for the experience. It's time for the WrestleMania prediction show.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta.
All right, everyone. All right, welcome back to the Wrestling Experience. And of course, tonight we're going to talk about all things WrestleMania. We're also going to do some wrestling news as well. So we got a lot to do here tonight. We got a jam-packed show. Don't forget, everyone, please make sure that you hit the like button. And of course, you subscribe today. I greatly appreciate it. And we hope that you had a great Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, and Thursday evening here at the Wrestling Experience. So let's talk about WrestleMania. The build has been, it's been okay. It's been okay, the build. Some of the matches that you're going to see tomorrow night. Now, one thing is that we're going to find out tomorrow night on SmackDown's Go Home show is Randy Orton going to finally get his match at WrestleMania? Will this match be added to WrestleMania? Randy Orton says he's in Vegas. He made a viral video, and today, I believe he was at WWE World. He says that he's got his gear on. He's gonna get his gear put together. He is ready for WrestleMania, and he wants a match at WrestleMania, and he wants to entertain the audience. Who is his opponent going to be? What's Nick Aldis going to do? Can he cram in another match at WrestleMania? Is Randy Orton's wishes going to come true tomorrow night on SmackDown? We're going to find out. But while we wait for that announcement from Nick Aldis and Randy Orton, I'm going to give you the match previews, and of course predictions for tonight's WrestleMania. And it's going to be great. This is going to be a great WrestleMania, to say none the least. And I'm gonna take, like I said, the build has been okay. The build has been okay for these matches. There's just one match on here that I don't think is WrestleMania worthy, but we're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about it. And again, like I said before, the Legion Stadium tonight is, I believe tonight will be the night the WrestleMania set will be revealed. The WrestleMania set will be revealed tonight on WWE's platform, so look out for that. They're going to show you what the set looks like. It looks massive. It looks impressive. And as always, WWE is number one when it comes to production and television. Nobody does it better than the WWE. So let's just talk about this for a second. Let's just go through the predictions and let's just have it. Let's just dive into it tonight. All right. All right. This is the matches you're going to be seeing at night number one. All right. Rey Mysterio takes on El Grande Americano. Now, this is the match I'm going to say. This is the match I'm going to say is not WrestleMania worthy. It's just not. This does not scream WrestleMania to me. This match does not scream WrestleMania at all. I would have think that this match would have taken place on a Raw or whatever. But America has been getting the number on Rey Mysterio. He has been getting the number of Rey Mysterio. This Chad Gable person, Americana, whatever you want to call him. He has Rey's number. He's been having Rey's number. He's been cheating. He's been cheating with the plate in his mask and knocking Ray out with it and everything else. So this match is going to be very interesting and very interesting indeed. So um, I'm going to say, I'm going to say in my heart of hearts here, I'm going to say in my heart of hearts that Ray is going to go over in this match. I want to see Ray Mysterio go over. I want to see him go over, and that is something I would like to see happen. So, my prediction for this match, for this particular match, I'm going to give it to Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio will win the match. He will win over Chad Gable slash Americana. And yeah, Ray's gonna have to look out for that metal plate in the mask. He's gonna have to look out for that. So that's something that he's gonna have to deal with. All right. Let's see. Oh, all right. Let's go to the next match here. All right. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Jade Cargill takes on Naomi. All right. I said this match is going to take place because of what happened at the Elimination Chamber. Okay, this is what happened. Jade Cargill was I'll give you all a backstory to this feud and everything else. Jade Cargill was attacked some weeks ago, some months ago, on an edition of, I believe it was SmackDown. Okay, so Jade was attacked on SmackDown, and we never knew who the attacker was. We never knew who the attacker was. They kept pointing fingers at different women. But something in my gut told me it was Naomi. Something told me it was Naomi that attacked Jade. So what happened is that Nick Aldis came to Bianca Belair. I believe it was no, I think it was Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce, they went to Bianca and told Bianca that they were going to strip her of the tag team titles because they couldn't defend it because of Jade's injuries. Multiple injuries. So Naomi stepped in and said, well, she shouldn't have to relinquish it. I will step in and be her partner. Hmm. Okay. It's a little odd. All of a sudden, she wants to get on the good graces of Bianca. But okay. So for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, we see we see Jade and Bianca. I mean, we see Naomi and Bianca for weeks on end defend that title until they lost it to Raquel Rodriguez and, of course, Liv Morgan on an edition of Raw. So we then go up until the Elimination Chamber. All right, Naomi and be and Naomi and her partner were in the Elimination Chamber. All right. I predicted this was going to happen, and it came true. Bianca was in the pod. She was in the pod, and Naomi was being introduced. Naomi goes into the ring, and I believe she was about to start the match. She was about to start the match when Jade's music hit. Jade comes down and she laid waste to Naomi. She pump kicked her and slammed the door on her neck and head of the pod, ruling that Naomi was eliminated from the chamber. So she couldn't compete in the chamber. All right, we then had the confrontation with Bianca and Naomi. She wanted to know the truth, and we got the truth. It was indeed Naomi who attacked Jade. So Jade was attacked by Naomi. Jade comes out again, out through the curtain, down the aisle, and confronted Naomi. And ever since then, Naomi has been getting one-upsmanship on Jade. So they said that is how that we got up until this point. So this is how we got up to this point. So I'm gonna say, based upon what I'm thinking here, Jade's gonna win the match. Jade is gonna go over Naomi. And last year at WrestleMania, they were friends. They no longer friends. Naomi is going to have to tangle with Jade. And yes, the storm is coming for Naomi. But remember, Naomi needs to proceed with caution, as Naomi says. I think these two ladies are going to go into that ring and they are going to tear up each other in this match. I strongly believe that these ladies are going to tear up the place. They will. And the match is going to be fun for what it was. And again, like I said before, I'll say it again, this is going to be very volatile because this is what I call in the realm, in the wrestling realm, um, the jealousy of the night of the booking. And so that's a scenario. So I'm gonna pick Jade to win the match over Naomi. All right. The World Tag Team Championship match, the War Raiders. Eric and Ivar will take on the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Okay, so the New Day is in a match at WrestleMania for the tag team belts against the War Raiders. Now, this is something that's been going on for a long time too. This is another feud that's been going on for a while now. These teams have been going back and forth. The last encounter has resulted in a disqualification. So the New Day has been complaining and whining and bitching and moaning that they want a tag team title match. And because they won via disqualification the last time, now we're gonna dial this up again. The question is, who's gonna win the tag team belts? I don't think the New Day is gonna win this match. I don't see them winning this match. I just don't. I just don't see them winning this match. In my crystal ball, I don't see them winning this match. I mean, they'll take the War Raiders to their limit. Yeah, they'll take them to the limit. But in the end, when the smoke is clear, I believe the War Raiders will regain and retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. Or we can get something nefarious with the New Day and they win the belts under controversial fashion. But again, I don't see that happening. I think it's going in the other direction. So I have the War Raiders retaining the WWE Tag Team Championships. All right. The United States Championship, Jacob Fatu will take on LA Knight. The match is going to be fine. The match is going to be all right. Jacob Fatu is nothing to be played with. He's not a toy that you can be playing with. Fatu wants that United States Championship. Will he get his WrestleMania moment? Here's the thing. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this right now. They keep teasing and teasing the split between Solo Sokoa and Jacob Fatu. So this is what I was thinking in my head. This is what I was thinking. I think what's going to happen here is Solo is going to cost. He's going to cost Jacob Fatu the United States Championship. He's going to come down. He wants to interfere, and Fatu won't have it. He's trying to send him to the back, and all that distraction, all that chaos on the floor. LA Knight will take advantage of it, and he will retain. He will retain the United States Championship, but that will not be the end of the story because Jacob will be pissed. He will be pissed at Solo for coming down and interfering in his business. And this is when I think the split will come to influation. This is when the split will come to influation. This is yeah. So I'm going to say in my heart of hearts here. I'm going to say in my heart of hearts that Fatu will go down in a loss, or could we get a new United States champion and Fatu wins clean? Well, I think either one scenario would work for me, but I'm going to go with the first one. I think Knight will retain. Fatu will be arguing with Solo. The split will come to influation, and we're all off and running. And I could see these two men going at it. Fatu and of course Solo Sokoa. I could see these two going at it at Backlash. I could see that happening. He comes down, he causes him the match. He goes backstage to confront him. They get into this big beef, this big tiff, this big whatever you want to call it. And before you know it, we got a problem. Fatu the next night comes out and he calls out Solo for his misgivings at WrestleMania, and then we will have that match at Backlash. I can see all of that happening. I can just see that happening. I can just picture it. All right. All right. If you all didn't hear the announcement from WWE, this match will kick off WrestleMania night number one for the World Heavyweight Championship match. It is Gunther versus Jay Uso. Gunther will take on Jay Uso, and this will open WrestleMania night number one. All right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is going to be a very hard prediction. And why I say it's going to be hard? Well, because here's the thing. Do you, after everything that Jay Uso's been through, after everything he's been through, going through taking on Gunther at Saturday night's main event, only to come up short against Gunther, then you add Jay lose the Intercontinental Championship back to Braun Breaker and didn't give him much of a title reign to begin with, and then strip him of that Intercontinental title to only to give it back to Braun Breaker. Then you had him win the Royal Rumble. So are you going to take all of that all of that ball of momentum or misgivings and have triumphs and dump it all in the trash for Gunther to retain? Now, uh, my answer would be no. But knowing WWE, I don't know what they're thinking. Because Jay is so over with the audience that I don't know if it's the right call for you to strip him like that after he won the Royal Rumble, after he earned the right to win the Royal Rumble, and then go on to take on Gunther for that title. Um, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be hard. I don't. Hmm, I don't know. I don't. I am kind of lost here. Um, I don't know, folks. I'm thinking, folks. Give me a second. All right. Um, a prediction. Like I said, I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn here because you, like I said before, you in our conversation, you can't really you can't really stifle um, his momentum. And I don't know. I don't know what the right call is here. Um, like I said, he wins the elimination chamber. I mean, he won the Royal Rumble, and again, like I said before, I'll say it again. Um, I'm going to say, in my heart of hearts here, Jey Uso is going to win. All right, that's my prediction. Jey Uso will become the new champion at WrestleMania. He's going to get his moment. Jey is going to get his moment, and he is going to win that title over Gunther. He will get that title over Gunther. Yes. All right. So, all right. So we, excuse me. So we have that match. We have that match. Okay. So we got that match. So let's just talk about this one for a second. Let's just talk about this next one. And let's see what's on the docket. All right. So we have Jey Uso winning. Tiffany Stratton will take on Charlotte Flair. Earl the Proud. David, how's it going tonight? David, how's it going tonight? How's it going? How you doing? Make sure that you hit the like button, everyone in the chat. And thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And tell all your friends and share. And don't forget to turn on the notifications bell so that you know when I go live. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Um, Dynamite was really great show. Yes, it was, David. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Um, but we're doing WrestleMania predictions now, David. I'm glad you came in. We're doing WrestleMania predictions. Okay, so the next match we're gonna talk about Tiffany Stratton will take on Charlotte Flair for the women's title. Now, this is going to be a first. Tiffany Stratton is debuting at WrestleMania. She is. This is the first time she's going to take on Charlotte Flair. So there's a first here. We have a debut and on the first time. So this is the first time that Tiffany Stratton is going to take on Charlotte Flair. Here's the problem that I have. Here's the problem that I have. Charlotte Flair wins the Royal Rumble, as I predicted she would, and I called it. So she did win the Royal Rumble. But here's the problem that I have. Every time Charlotte is in a match for a title, she gets the title. This is the problem that I have. This is the problem that I have. I don't think that Charlotte should be winning a title. She don't need no more titles. She's got enough title reigns in her arsenal. She doesn't need it. Why is it every time that Charlotte Flair is in a match, she got to have a belt? It's a must. Why is that? Why? Somebody explain it to me. Because as a wrestling fan, if I was booking this and I was sitting down and I'm booking this match and I'm looking at it from every angle and every piece of angle that I can possibly look at it, I would have never in a million years made Charlotte win a match at WrestleMania for her title. She doesn't need it. But because she wins the Royal Rumble, now what are you gonna do? And I hate to say this, I really hate to say this, but my prediction, because Charlotte wins the Royal Rumble, she's gonna win the title. So unfortunately for Tiffany Stratton, her WrestleMania dreams is gonna become a nightmare. Charlotte Flair will win and become the new women's champion at WrestleMania. It is a foregone conclusion. It's the handwriting is on the wall, and there's nothing I could do. I would love to see Tiffany Stratton retain, but that's not what the WWE is going to do here. That's not what they're going to do. That is not what they're going to do. They are going to cater to Charlotte like they always do, and they give her a title. Case in point, when she defeated Rhea Ripley at the pandemic era WrestleMania, winning the NXT title when she had no business doing it. Every WrestleMania Charlotte is in, she walks out with a championship belt. And this will be no different. All right. All right. Now, the main event of WrestleMania night number one. It is Roman Reigns taking on CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Well, I have a hot take on this match. This is the main event of night number one. This is what you're going to see at night number one. So far, we have 13 matches for you, broken up into two nights. Okay. If this was one night, we would have been here all night. So Rollins will be taking on Punk and Roman. Now, these are not lawyers, those are men, and they're going to be in a triple threat, and you're going to watch. You're going to watch the main event of WrestleMania. Okay. All right. I have a hot take for this match, and here's my hot take. Rollins is going to get his WrestleMania moment and pin Roman. Rollins is going to pin Roman in the match. This is the way I see it in my crystal ball. Rollins will pin Roman in the match to win the match. He will pin him. He will pin him and get the WrestleMania moment. He sure will. So so that is what my prediction is. Rollins will win the triple threat in the main event. But now here's the thing. Here's the thing about this match. Here's another thing. What about Paul Heyman? Where does Paul Heyman's loyalty lie here? And will it become full display at WrestleMania? That's what I want to know. Where does Rollins fit? I mean, where does Heyman fit in this equation? I don't know. That's a great question. So we're gonna have to see where Heyman's loyalty lie. Where does Heyman's loyalty lie? That's a great question. But I have Rollins winning the triple threat. That's who I have. That's who I have winning this match. Okay, folks. So that was night number one. That was the matches for night number one. Again, like I said before, I'll say it again. My hot take is Rollins will pin Roman in the match. Roman will eat the pin, and Rollins will win the match. And that's how the match will end. It could end in another way. It could end with Punk pinning Rollins, and that would be interesting. Or we could have Punk pin Roman, but I would like to see Rollins pin Roman. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I just think that it would be a befitting way for him to win the match and to go over the two of them. Because here's the thing, Rollins and I mean Punk pinning Rollins pinning Punk. I mean, we've seen that a million and one times. Roman hasn't been really a factor in anything. So I think Roman here should be a big factor in the match, along with Heyman. And I think that Rollins should pin Roman here in the match. I think Roman should eat the pin. In my heart of hearts, I think he should eat the pin. And I think that would serve some justice for Rollins. He wants to cement his legacy at WrestleMania. What better way to do it than to pin Roman? All right. All right. Let's talk about match night number two. Um, Fanboy Prime. Heyman leaves with Seth. Yeah, I'm going to agree with that, Fanboy Prime. Thank you so much for your. Make sure you hit the like button. It needs to be like that every week. It needs to be like that every week. What do you mean by that, David? Everyone in the chat, make sure that you hit the like button and you subscribe today. I greatly appreciate it. Um, yeah, I'm going to say Rollins will pin Roman here in the match. All right, let's go on to night number two. All right, night number two will be WrestleMania Sunday, and this match, AJ Styles will take on Logan Paul. The match is going to be fine. These two men have been calling out each other all over the place. Madison Square Garden was no different. I was there in MSG for Raw. These two men have been going at it, and I knew it was going to happen. So this is the first time AJ Styles will take on Logan Paul at WrestleMania. This is going to be great. This is going to be a good match. Logan Paul doesn't make us a sour match. He doesn't. His athleticism is good. I don't like the way he wins his matches with nefarious things, but other than that, other than that, I'm not a fan of Logan Paul. But other than that, I think he has good athleticism. I'm not saying about his wrestling. I think the man can go. He can go. And I think him and AJ Styles will pair up very well in this match. I think that they're going to be great at this match. I think the match is going to be very full metal to the pedal. These two men are going to put on a show like you will never see before. So I'm not gonna say that this match is going to be disgusting or gross or anything like that. It's not going to be what I like to call this is not going to be a no watchable. This is going to be watchable. This match is going to be watchable. AJ Styles is great at what he does, and so does Logan Paul, except when he wins his matches. Then that's as far as I go with that. So I'm going to say that AJ Styles will defeat Mr. Logan Paul at WrestleMania. I mean, because here's the thing. AJ has been out with an ankle injury. He really hasn't had that much prominence on television, and he really doesn't have that much matches as of late. So he needs to have a good showing here at the show of shows. So I'm going to say that AJ Styles will defeat Logan Paul on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania. I think this is gonna be great. I think this is gonna be really, really, really good. This match is gonna be really good. It's gonna be a banger. The match is gonna be a banger for sure, to say none the least. All right, all right. The Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest will take on Drew McIntyre again. Again. This is going to be another banger. Another banger. This is a war. This is a war. This Sin City street fight. This can go all the way up the strip if they wanted to. This is going to be another banger. This match is going to be fully physical. It's going to be woolly, wild, and all over the place. And that's the truth. These two men are going to destroy one another. And they're both now. Of course, you've seen in all of the weeks leading up to this match what Drew McIntyre has done to Priest, putting him down, keep putting him down, keep putting him down, keep putting him down, and Priest had enough. And Will Priest now the last attack left him laying all over the place with the steel steps. Is Priest going to be at 100% when he comes into the WrestleMania Sunday? That's a great question. Inquiring minds want to know. Again, like I said before, I will have WrestleMania night number one and night number two this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday. I'll be on the air at 6:50 Eastern Time for WrestleMania's night number one, night number two. And we are going to have a party like you have never seen before. So please, as I said before, please join me on night number one, night number two, as I present to you WrestleMania 41. It's going to be a good night of wrestling. I'm looking forward to it, and it'll all kick off tomorrow night when I do a very special Friday night SmackDown. We will go to Friday night SmackDown tomorrow night. We will bring you that from the T-Mobile Arena in downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. It will be the go home show. It will be the go home show for Friday night SmackDown. And we will have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal tomorrow night. We have some belts that will be on the line as well. It should be a very good show tomorrow night on SmackDown. And then when SmackDown concludes, I'm not closing the stream. I'm going to take you over to the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We will do that tomorrow. So it's two shows in one stream. And that will kick off WrestleMania weekend. And that will happen tomorrow night in Las Vegas, Nevada. So we hope that you'll join us for all of that telecast. All right. So getting back to the Sin City street fight, I think in my heart of hearts here, in my heart of hearts, that we will, that Damian Priest will win. Damian Priest will win the Sin City Street fight. He will defeat Drew McIntyre, but that won't be the story. That's not going to be the end of it. McIntyre will be wanting revenge, and I believe they're going to have a rematch at Backlash in St. Louis, Missouri, on May the 10th. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think Priest will win, but McIntyre will bitch and moan, and he wants one more crack. He's going to ask Adam Pearce for one more crack at Priest, and I believe he's no, they're on SmackDown. I'm sorry. He's going to go to Nick Aldis. He'll go to Nick Aldis, and he's going to ask Nick Aldis for one more crack at Priest. And let's see. Gotta get some sleep before work tonight. I'll try and watch the replay. Okay, fanboy Prime, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a good night at work. Be safe out there, okay? Thank you. And and so I think what's gonna happen here, I think what's gonna happen here is that he's going to ask him to get one more crack. He's going to ask Nick Aldis to get one more crack at him at Backlash. And that's what's going to happen here. I believe that that's what's going to happen. I think Priest wins the street fight, but this is not the end of the story. I don't think this is the end of the story. I think he's going to go to Aldis and he's going to complain like he always does, bitch and moan, bitch and moan, bitch and moan. And he's going to say, I want another crack at Priest, and this will be the final encounter. And they will not sanction this anymore. And this will happen at Backlash in St. Louis. So that is what I'm going to predict here. That's my prediction. Priest wins the street fight, but this is not the end of the story. All right. The women's tag team match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. I think this match is going to be great. Um, Lyra and Bailey have been working well together. They do great as a tag team, but I don't think they're going to win the belts. I don't think Bailey and Lyra won't become two belts Lyra here. I think Raquel and Liv retain. They're gonna give them a hard fought match, but I don't think in my heart of hearts they're going to make Raquel and Liv drop the straps to Bailey and Lyra. I don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna say that they will retain. But I could be wrong. But I could be wrong. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I think they're going to retain those belts. Okay. All right. So that takes care of that. The Fatal Four Way for the Intercontinental Championship. It is Braun Breaker taking on Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dom Mysterio. All right. This is the first time in WWE history that the Intercontinental Championship will be defended in a fatal four way at WrestleMania. Never before has ever the Intercontinental Championship been defended, and it was never contested under a fatal four way. So this is going to be very interesting and very interesting indeed. Penta is making his debut in the match. This is his first WrestleMania. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It kind of is like a no brainer here. Who should walk out the Intercontinental? Now, I understand Braun Breaker has been, but he really doesn't have a title reign. He really doesn't have a title reign. Braun Breaker, all he does is get in the ring and spears people. But that's just, he doesn't have much in his repertoire. He doesn't. He really doesn't have much in his repertoire. So, my heart of hearts, here if I was booking this match because of Penta being a debut in WrestleMania and because he's such a fan favorite. I would give the Intercontinental Championship to Penta. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen here in this fatal four way. I think Penta's going to become champion. We are going to, and I'm going to say this: Braun Breaker is not getting pinned in the match. No, I think Penta is going to pin Balor. He's going to pin Finn Balor for the title. I think Finn Balor is going to eat the pin, and Penta is going to pin him, and he's going to become the Intercontinental Champion. I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. In my heart, in my gut, this is what I want to see happen. This is what I want to see happen. I want to see Penta win, and I want to see Balor eat the pin. So I have Penta winning the Intercontinental Championship. All right. Okay. So and here comes another triple threat match. Io Sky will take on Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Now, Rhea Ripley lost to Io Sky in a shocking win. In a shocking win on Monday Night Raw. And she blamed Bianca for the upset. This has been going on now for week after week, week after week, week after week. These three ladies have been going at it for this title, and Io Sky just won the title, so I don't see Io Sky losing this match at all. Now I understand Bianca wins the Elimination Chamber, and she's the number one contender, but she didn't win the world. She earned the right to be in the match. She earned the right because she won. She won the Elimination Chamber. And of course, Rhea inserted herself in the match because she wanted a rematch. Well, they're gonna take care of all of this in one fell swoop. I think Io Sky is going to retain. It's going to be a hard fought match. These three ladies are going to go at it. They're going to really go at it. But in the end, Io is going to retain. Now, who is she going to pin in the match to retain? Take your pick. If I was a booking person, if I was a booking person, I would not have Io pin Bianca because that would look bad in the booking. That would look bad. So I would say, get rid of Bianca, put her on the floor, and then have Io pin Rhea for the retainment. Because you don't want to build up Bianca winning the chamber and then adding insult to injury, you're going to pin her in the match. No, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I think what's needs to happen here is that she needs to be eliminated, be neutralized. She can't get back into the match. Io takes over and she pins Rhea and she retains the title. That's what should happen. That's what should happen here. That is what should happen. Okay. All right. All right. That's what I have here. All right. So now we're up to the main event of night number 2. It is the undisputed championship match. Cody Rhodes will take on John Cena. All right. Here's what's going to happen here. All right. I predicted John Cena would have won the Elimination Chamber. Check. Okay, he did. All right. I said that he would sold his soul to the final boss. Check. He did. So he sells his soul to the final boss. Right? They beat down Cody Rhodes at the Elimination Chamber, busting him open, bust his eardrum, everything they did to Cody Rhodes. All right. Cena then cuts a promo in the international markets and blames the WWE Universe for all this kind of crap he was spewing out in the promo. Good promo, by the way, but I disagree with what he was saying about the fans in the promo. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying before, Cena cuts a promo. Rhodes comes out, he cuts him off, he tells him exactly what he thinks of him and everything else in between. They go back and forth. They're going at it. This is one-upsmanship. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is what's happening now. So now here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm going to say here. Here's what I think should. Here's what I think is gonna happen, or it might happen. It may not happen, but I think this is what's gonna happen here. All right. We have no referee. We have no referee. All right. Referee gets knocked out. We have no referee. All right. So Cody Rhodes goes to pin. He goes to pin Cena for the retainment. Who should come out but the final boss? The final boss comes out and distracts Cody. With no referee, who's to stop the final boss? Who's going to tell him not to go to the back? Who's going to tell him that? He is on the board of TKO. He gives something to Cena to knock Cody Rhodes out with it in very controversial fashion. They lay waste to Cody on the arena floor, tossing him back in the ring. Cena then goes and gives an attitude adjustment to Cody. A new referee comes out, sees nothing, and we have a brand new champion in the form of John Cena. Cena wins thanks to the final boss. Cena will win the match in the final boss. And now here's the thing. Here's the conundrum. Cena is going to retire with that belt. He's going to take that belt on with him, which means we're going to need a new champion. The title will be declared vacant the next night on Raw. The title will be declared vacant. The two general managers come together and make up a tournament. The tournament will begin in earnest until we get to Backlash in St. Louis. At Backlash, the final two men in the tournament will be that man, and whoever that man is, they will march on and become the undisputed WWE champion. And I believe that is the best way, and I think it may happen that way in this match. So that's what I'm thinking in my head. Cena will win thanks to some controversial fashion because of the final boss. He will win the belt. He will then retire the belt, take it back to home with him, as he said he did in all his promos. And then we have a conundrum because we need a new champion. The both general managers come together, they come up with a tournament. Men from SmackDown, men from Raw, we got a tournament. The final two men will meet at Backlash in St. Louis, and we will have a brand new champion. New belt, new champion will be crowned at Backlash in St. Louis. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see. We'll see if all of this comes true. We will see if all of this comes true at WrestleMania. But folks, that is WrestleMania predictions. That is my predictions. Those are my hot takes. And like I said before, said again, I cannot wait for WrestleMania. I am so excited. I tell you something, this is Easter weekend as well. I am excited for this WrestleMania because there's so much intrigue, especially on Sunday night. WrestleMania Sunday is going to be very intriguing indeed with Cena and Rhodes. And it will also be intriguing for that triple threat match on Saturday night with Heyman, Roman, Punk, and Rollins. So there's some intrigue in these both nights. And I cannot wait to see what unfolds here at WrestleMania. But those are my predictions, folks. Those are my predictions. Those are my predictions for the show. All right. Those are the WrestleMania predictions. All right. All right. Let's go to some wrestling news, shall we? And then I'm going to talk about Dynamite. Thank you all for watching the wrestling experience. My name is Earl, and make sure that you smash the like button. You make sure you subscribe and turn on that notifications bell and share it out. Tell everybody, tell your friends, tell your neighbors the wrestling experience is on the air, and I'm here to entertain you like nobody's business. And we're gonna have fun tonight. We're having so much fun tonight. I had fun playing with those WrestleMania card, and we have one more thing. Like I said, tomorrow night, Randy Orton. We're gonna see if his match at WrestleMania comes to fruition and who his opponent will be. I'll have a prediction for that if it comes to fruition. Trust me. Um. All right. Let's talk about wrestling news for a second. Let's talk about some wrestling news. During his appearance with Triple H on the Ankler podcast, WWE President Nick Khan said that Travis Scott will be at WrestleMania, but he kept it vague about what the rapper will be doing in Vegas. WWE announced Scott's merchandise and collectibles will go on sale at WWE World on Thursday. So this is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So what I just said about Cena, this is what I'm talking about. The final boss is gonna come out with Travis Scott. I knew it. I knew it. Travis Scott, they're being vague. Yeah, he's going to be involved in this main event. He's going to get involved. I knew it. So this is what I was saying in the predictions. Cena will become the champion under some various means. He will then take the belt back home. We will have a tournament. The two men will meet at Backlash, and we will crown a new champion. That's what I said. It could happen, folks. This article is starting to give me that. Yep, this article that I just read gives me some evidence. Okay. All right. On the same podcast, Nick Khan's also revealed that it was The Rock who told Scott to slap the shit out of Rhodes, telling him otherwise people would think Scott didn't have it. Triple H says that Cody was the one of the only people who wasn't upset about the allegedly eardrum ruptured slap. He just wanted to look good. So all of these, what they're saying here is people who are upset at what Travis Scott did to Cody Rhodes. But you know that WWE does predetermined things. You know that's predetermined. So all of the men that was involved in this incident, they just agreed to the whole incident. So you all shouldn't really get upset about that. It was planned. It was talked about. It was discussed. It was agreed to, and we should move on from it. Okay. While discussing Nick Khan quote from another interview about WWE won't sign and bench people, Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp says that on the hump that WWE is urgent re-signing Natalia last year to prevent her from jumping to AEW for Owen Hart tournament. Sapp called Nick Khan's claim incredibly hypocritical. Hypocritical. Yeah, okay. And hypocritical, excuse me, incredibly hypocritical, because WWE hasn't done anything with Natalia on her new deal, and instead she's working NWA and the indie show. Well, yes, that is true. I agree with this article. I agree with this article wholeheartedly. Natalia has been jobbed. Okay, here's the problem that I have. I don't like when people talk two sides out of their butt cheeks. I don't like when people talk like that. If you mean something, then say it. Don't backpedal. Don't backpedal and say A, but you don't really mean A. So don't talk two sides out of your butt cheek when you talk. Mean what you say and do what you say. Don't backpedal. Don't play it. Don't play like a pancake, like a flip flopper here. And that's what WWE is doing here. They don't bench people. Well, look what you're doing with Natalia. You're not doing anything with her. There are several people in the locker room that you're not doing nothing with. Case in point, that's why SmackDown is so. That's why people are upset with WWE with the SmackDown thing, because you're not doing it right. You're not creating new stars. So I disagree with what Nick Khan is saying here. I disagree with what he's saying here. You should be doing something with your talent better than what you are professing on the internet. Okay. All right. And it would be surprising if Naito would sign with AEW after exiting New Japan per Fightful Select. AEW officials apparently have never had much interest in Naito to a full-time deal. So apparently Naito has left New Japan, but I don't think AEW wants him. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. On X, Wrestling Observer's Brian Alvarez wrote that the impression he got about Naito and New Japan is simply that he wanted a lot more money than they were willing to pay him. Okay. Alvarez thinks that there's a good chance Naito's departure had been a while in the making. Okay. So he wanted more money and he didn't get it, so he walked. All right. On WrestleBinge Q&A, WrestleVotes says Roxanne Perez will be on the main roster post WrestleMania and get a good spot and push to start. They added she got all of her career lined up. Okay, so Roxanne Perez will be called up after WrestleMania. She's going to be on the main roster and she's getting a push. That's great. That's fine. I think at WrestleMania, at Royal, not Royal Rumble, Monday Night Raw. Yeah, sorry. Oh, I'm getting tongue tied. So excited about WrestleMania weekend. Getting tongue tied, if you will. At at um at Raw this Monday night. This is a can't miss Raw because Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania Sunday, is usually an international crowd in the T-Mobile Arena. And that crowd is absolutely raucous. They are looking for something new, something fresh, something out of the ordinary to take place on a Monday night. So I'm going to say Roxanne Perez, yes, she'll be one of the call-ups of NXT. I think there will be several more that will be calling up after Saturday afternoon when we have Stand and Deliver, which, by the way, Stand and Deliver will happen at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. on Peacock. If you want to check out Stand and Deliver before the night number one of WrestleMania, which will begin at 7 p.m., then you will have to watch NXT Stand and Deliver. Now, I did Stand and Deliver last year um, in the Wells Fargo Center, and it was a big crowd fight field. Over 16,000 people jammed the Wells Fargo and saw NXT Stand and Deliver. I had a great time at the event. It was great. So it'll be only aired 1 p.m. before night number one of WrestleMania, and that will be Stand and Deliver. All right. Okay. All right. And the last wrestling news I have here. In an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, Tony Khan says that he likes AEW's current schedule of 9 pay-per-views per year, but could see it going up to 10. So Tony Khan again, Tony. Let's talk about Tony Khan for a second. All right. Apparently, in another article that I was reading, courtesy of the Wrestling News, Tony Khan is struggling with his ticket sales. He's struggling to put butts in seats. And I said this before, and I'll say this again, and I keep saying this, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Tony Khan needs a better live event team. He needs somebody that he needs to hire to get some people in the seats and not confuse the audience with storylines. If you're going to keep somebody a baby face, keep them a baby face. If you're going to keep somebody a heel, keep them a heel. Don't flip flop the characters back and forth, and make sure that when you make storylines, it makes sense. So I think between the storylines and what AEW has with all this drama backstage, remember they're being sued by Nick Nemeth, all of this drama going on with Tony Khan. And then another thing too Tony Khan did this past Wednesday night in Boston, which was on a viral video. Tony Khan comes out and he's using WWE's catchphrase, then, now, and forever. And that's what he was doing to the audience in Boston. So he was screaming that in the microphone when he comes out. Tony Khan, you need a better shtick than that. You need a better shtick than that. Stop ripping off WWE. Get your own catchphrase. Get your own catchphrase. Why? And then here's another thing Tony Khan did. Okay, if you all didn't hear, in a recent podcast, Triple H announced that WWE is going to do a PLE in Mexico. So WWE says that they're going to touch Mexico. Well, as soon as Tony Khan heard that, he books an event. He books an event in Mexico, in the arena of Mexico, on June 18th. So he books a match, he books a show in Mexico, tries to one up, WWE when they announced they're going to Mexico. So Tony Khan says, well, if you're going to Mexico, I'll go to Mexico. I mean, what is this? Are we children? Are we? Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Um, I so it's called Grand Slam Mexico, and it will take place on the 18th of June in Mexico at the Mexico Arena, the Arena of Mexico, I believe it's called, and they're going to make their debut in Mexico. I'm going to tell you this much: Tony Khan better sell this out. He better sell this out because if not, he's going to have big egg on his face. He's going to look so bad. It's not even funny. He's going to look so bad. So he better sell this out, Tony Khan. He better sell this out and sell it out well. I don't want to hear Tony Khan struggling. And you need to drown the market, Tony Khan, if you want a sellout, which I think you should. You should think about, and please, whatever you do, Tony Khan, if you are going to do this PL, this Grand Slam thing please bring the ring with you. Please bring the ring with you. Bring your equipment, bring your cameras, bring your whatever you got to bring over the border to Mexico. Don't do a flubber dub like you did in Australia. Do your logistic, excuse me, do your logistic homework and bring the ring over. All right. All right, folks, that was wrestling news. That was wrestling news. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. AEW Dynamite made a debut last night in in an arena right across from Menway Park. All right? And tonight they are going to do the same thing for Collision, which is on right now, by the way. It's after it's after 8. So while we're talking here, let me just let's see what's going on here. Let's just check it out. I'm talking. Well, anyway, as I look for my app here, um, so right now Collision is on the air. Remember, Collision will not be seen here on Saturday night because of WrestleMania and the NBA playoffs. So between that, Tony Khan didn't want to compete. So instead, he had a second night in Boston from last night. So, so Collision last night, Dynamite last night was taking place in this same building, and it was a good show. It was a good show. We had CEO taking on the Athena. Athena was great. The match was fine. I gave the match a 7. The match got a 7. It was an upset win over Athena. But what really was an upset and what we got at the end, and by the way, Eric Bischoff congratulated Tony Khan on being the longest running weekly episodic television show on TBS Dynamite last night. And so Tony Khan, he congratulated Tony Khan. The Death Riders lost the Trios Championships last night in Boston. And it was great. It was a great thing to see finally getting some one-upsmanship on the Death Riders, coughing up the Trios Championship. After all of the shenanigans was on the floor, when the smoke was cleared, they got they got to win that match. So congratulations to Samoa Joe, Sabata, and of course, Powerhouse Hobbs, who substituted for Hook. So that was good last night. So right now, like I said, with Collision, Lance Archer is in the ring, and he is taking on what a Huracanrana. Nice move. Nice move. he covered, and Orchard will escape. So I'm sitting here doing wrestling experience and I'm multitasking. And Dynamite will be live coast to coast this Wednesday on TBS and Max. And Collision will be next Saturday, coast to coast, immediately following the NBA playoffs. So, Collision will return next Saturday. Um, but for tonight, they're live here in Boston. So, anyway, folks, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for me in the wrestling experience. I want to thank you all for watching. And again, like I said, those are my WrestleMania predictions. That's my thoughts on Dynamite, and I gave you some wrestling news, and of course, I gave you predictions for WrestleMania's night number one, night number two. So I hope you will join us for all of that telecast. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of your Thursday evening. I will be back in 24 hours. I got to rest my pipes because I've got a big night of streaming ahead of me. Tomorrow night, as I said before, I'll be back in 24 hours from now. I'll be back, and I'm going to bring a very special edition of Friday Night SmackDown. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal will take place on SmackDown, a tradition after being moved from the WrestleMania card and now being put on SmackDown. It's always a tradition. Right before WrestleMania, we do the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So we're going to do that tomorrow night. Then we're going to do the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. So we hope that you'll join us for the festivities of great evening. It's going to be evening gowns. People will be dressed in tux, and Triple H will be inducted, mortalized in the WWE Hall of Fame. So that's all happening tomorrow night. We hope that you'll tune in. We hope that you'll have fun. I had fun tonight with you all, and thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for watching the Wrestling Experience. I'm Earl Cole. I'll see you tomorrow night for Friday Night SmackDown and the WWE Hall of Fame.